Hello and welcome back. This is episode 192 of NooBTooB, a weekly independent podcast where Yoko and I are going to bust your chops with some gaming knowledge.
What the fuck is going on here? What's this pillow doing in my spot?
Dude, I'm doing the show. Once you get out of the shot, I need to get on. Yoko and I are very happy without you.
I'm not replaced by a pillow. This is ridiculous. She doesn't even talk about video games.
Dude, she agrees with everything I have to say. She thinks that Uncharted is the shit. She's going to have a threesome with me and Nathan Drake.
What's your favorite game?
Yakuza 4 is awesome!
This is ridiculous, dude. Our show's about dichotomy, talking, arguing about games.
All right. I have one argument that will trump all of your dumbass arguments.
What?
Boobies. Fuck! More views, son. Alright, so we're gonna get these notes and we're gonna start. And welcome back for real. This is episode 192 of NooBTooB, a weekly independent podcast where Yuzo and I are here to drop bombs after being off for a month.
Yeah, no kidding, man. It's been about 4 weeks. I have been deep down into parenthood with the new kid, Hanzo Watanabe. Hanzo Watanabe.
Yeah.
And it's great. I love it, but I don't have much time to play video games.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, I'm sure we're going to get to the point where it's like kids sleeping on your chest, you're playing
it's already
games.
that. I'm just saying, it's just I got half an hour, and he's like, "Wow, I want food," and I'm like, "Damn." I need some special harness that I can have him there and then trickle food so I can still have 2 minutes.
You're gonna strap a fake boobie on your body and you're just gonna have it just full of milk while you play games. That's
it works for me, man.
All right.
So, but yeah, it's really awesome.
Speaking of you having a kid,
so we don't know who. So somebody, if you sent it in, let us know. But they sent us a little onesie.
It's awesome.
I don't know if you can see here, but it says level 1 human.
It's so cool. So we don't know who sent this. So whoever sent it was an anonymous donor. Thank you so much. Tell us who you are and we'll thank you on the air. But
Charisma 18, dude. I don't know if you've seen pictures of this kid, but he's cute.
Hanzo.
Alrighty. So let's talk about video games.
Video games. So while you were gone, a little something happened down in L.A.
Oh, I thought you were talking about fucking her.
This is a compromise.
I know, because boobies. You had a good point.
Yoko was crying when I took her off stage, so she'll be here and she'll be backing up my opinions in case you're trying to say that Yakuza 4 is not the best game ever made.
I'm just saying, man. I'm Asian, she's Asian. There's going to be a little bit of...
I like the white dick!
Damn you!
But yeah, so I went down to L.A. while you were taking care of Hanzo.
Yes, I wanted to go down to L.A.
Yep.
But how was it?
It was sweet. So I'd never been to E3 before. So I got to go around, check out the floor. There was all sorts of really cool shit going on. All the games were there playable.
Tons of lines I heard, dude.
Mostly Nintendo. Nintendo has they're like the Apple of the gaming world now, where it's just they just get people fucking frothed up. Where people are just I will kill a man to play the new Zelda. So the line is all the way around the booth.
Well, I saw the videos of you showing that. I talked to friends who were trying to play the 3DS, and they said the line was ridiculous for that.
Because here's the thing with the 3DS.
Yeah, with the girls.
They had hot girls.
It's genius.
It is genius. I could not believe the end of the Nintendo keynote when they're like, "Hey, guess what, dorks? 100 hot bitches with DSs," and it's just they just come traipsing out in their hot little outfits with umbilical DSs strapped to their bodies.
There's so many allegorical things about that it's just it's great job, Nintendo. Did you actually get to try the 3DS?
I got to look over someone's shoulder as a hot girl was demonstrating it to them. I didn't want to wait in the big ass line.
Yeah. Did you tell the 3D?
You could tell the 3D. I want to hold it myself just to be certain, because there's two things. There's one, being right in front of it helps, and also you've got a slider on the side.
Oh, so you might have had it low or something
adjust it for your eyes, because what happened is I was looking over someone's shoulder and it looked 3D, it looked kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I watched them for about 5 minutes and my eyes got tired of it, where I was just I would like a 2D screen.
I hear that. I mean, we'll talk about it more in detail, but I've been hearing on buses or something like that, it will really get screwed up. So
I mean, it's nice that you can always flip it back to 2D if you get sick of it, but I mean, this whole bet on 3D being the future and fucking 3D TVs and 3D this and 3D that,
dude,
I like 2D games. I'm fine with them.
Dude, but I mean, if you play a 3D and you can get that sort of immersion, it really will change it, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe, yeah.
Because you watch Avatar and you go to other movies, just it looks It's not
It
great.
looked good, but I mean, like, I seriously would. I think I would have enjoyed Avatar just as much in 2D.
You think so?
I don't. I mean, I'm not sold on the phenomenon.
Oh, interesting.
Like, I know that some people are.
I wasn't sold until I saw that movie because everybody that did 3D before. I mean, you look at Captain EO and all this other random stuff. It's gimmicky, right? It's just like some flying under screen and then going away, a spear coming over here. Right. But this felt real, like I was really there.
So you don't think that hot blue bitches is gimmicky?
Because
I was going like this too.
Dude, 3D porn. I mean, you're come on, work with me here.
Sold.
So we have a hell of a lot of games to talk about. We're going to talk about the 3 big conferences and all the other games.
Yeah.
But let's talk about who brought it this year.
Dude, let's start out with who brought it this year. Nintendo laid their enormous dong all over Los Angeles. That was awesome.
Well, I mean, consider what we've been bitching about Nintendo for the past 3 years. Like Vitality Sensor and fucking Wii Music.
Wii Sports 2, Wii Music. Like, they'll just come out and they're like, we are really enjoying the money.
Yeah.
So here's a couple other things. And it was nothing. Like, every year is nothing, nothing.
One little taste for hardcore gamers. And like this year, they're like, no. We're not going to get Cammy Dunaway on stage. It's going to be Reggie.
Yep.
Bring in the hits.
Yeah, and that's all it was. Seriously, that's what it was. It was like, so, I mean, what'd they start out with?
So first up, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. They started with that.
Started with Zelda. Like, they're like, we have so many good games. We're not going to cock tease you till the end. They're just like, hey, guess what? Whoop-a-dam! Zelda! Whoop-a-da-ba-da-ba-da! It was just like, dropping shit left and right.
It's just like, I do feel sorry for Miyamoto, like you were talking. Like,
yeah. I don't know if you guys didn't see it. So the problem is there's 11 billion dorky bloggers out there with their laptops interfering
and
their Wi-Fi shit interfered with the Wiimotes. What happened?
So basically, like he was doing it, and like nothing would really work. He was trying to swing this way, and it's just like, and like Miyamoto wouldn't have shown that if it didn't work. And people that played it on the floor, they said it worked fine.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo doesn't release unpolished games. So people were just like, yeah, Zelda would be cool if it worked. I'm like, bitch, it works. Nintendo doesn't release like, this half-baked game, right?
Can you imagine like a single half-baked game from Nintendo proper?
They don't ever. Ever.
Yeah, and like the ideas about it, like I like the ideas. I like kind of where they're going with it. But one thing that really scares me, is way too much waggle for a Zelda game. Mm-hmm. Like even Twilight Princess was a little much. This one's all waggle.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So I mean, it remains to be seen. Like I stood over people's shoulders and watched them because I didn't wait in the 4-hour line to actually play it. But I was hanging out behind them until the Nintendo people slapped me for taking video. But it looked good. I mean, like, the people who are playing it were having a really good time.
Really?
But you're right. I mean, like, it's going to take 20 hours to beat it, right? So if you get a 5-minute demo,
and it's fun.
You're loving it.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Do you think? I mean, because considering, like, how much... Even, like, what was it, Red Steel? There's a couple of other games we were playing. We were just doing this, and we just got tired.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. We'll see. I mean, like, I so far, Nintendo's done a pretty decent job of making the waggle be the exception, not the rule.
Yeah. With Super Mario Galaxy.
I mean, if every attack is a swing, which it kind of looks like...
every time you want to block, it's a shield up.
Yeah.
I mean...
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm still going to play the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks interesting. So the next one up, Epic Mickey.
Dude, I am so excited about this game.
I am too. There's a lot of controversy going on, though. Like, people were thinking it's going to be darker.
Well, apparently it didn't focus test very well.
Yeah.
So I was reading some of the articles. They had a Mickey that looked kind of mean because if you use the paint thinner a lot, he would change, and now he's fuzzier. Right?
So people didn't like a mean Mickey? Like they were actually
like with a kind of a face?
With a mustache.
Well, evil Mickey with a beard.
Goatee. Damn you.
But yeah, no, they did that. So I can understand Disney's reticence, right?
Yeah.
They don't want to really screw around too much with it.
But I mean, you got to admit, this is not what they sold us. Like, it still looks interesting, but I mean, like, back in the day, they're like, Mickey, and it's like lightning striking. Mickey's like up there, like fucking ripping people's hearts out. It's like,
Mickey Moore. I mean, come on,
it looked like Mickey Moore in the beginning.
Ripping her hand
well, I mean, it looked like Fantasia level. It looked like kind of like, the lightning striking and like the guys carrying the brooms and buckets. And
I think the levels will still be good, though. I mean, you look at some of the levels, they're really dark, they're really artistic, which I like. I'm a little worried about the gameplay because it's all about just like making stuff appear, making stuff go away. Like, how much can you really do with that? Besides the pure platforming.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, you know me. Like, if it's all pure platforming, I'm just going to be fucking excited. Yeah. Like, I'll be happy. So I mean, they threw in some extra combat and stuff that looked pretty good too. So I mean, from what I saw on the floor, it looked pretty cool. Like they.
So you actually saw people playing for a while.
I did. I saw people playing, and the gameplay was interesting. Like you'd kind of get to these like spinny, like a little bit God of War attacks, but a lot of it was the puzzling was more of what I saw with like the removing and replacing.
Was there a lot of waggle?
There was some waggle. No, that's just burned out.
Yeah, I know. It's like, what happened?
Just lost the light.
Yeah, so there wasn't that much waggle.
It's hard to say. I mean, like there was some waggle. You know, like we're gonna have to get our hands on it to know for sure. But it looks really, really good.
I mean, you take War Inspector.
Yeah.
And Mickey. Like, can you imagine the last Mickey Mouse game that you played and enjoyed?
Were there any?
There were back Genesis days. There was a couple.
See, I wasn't a Genesis kid, so I never got to play the Mickey
It's like
game.
Mickey's Crystal something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Crystal Meth something. I remember.
Mickey's House of Pain. And he's like, "What, bitch?"
But yeah, no. So I'm like, just the ideas behind getting a really top-notch developer with this huge historical freaking figure. Like, it's a good mix.
I mean, they sold me with the Kingdom Hearts thing. Like, I saw that you can take the Disney stuff and make it interesting and dark and kind of mix it up with some RPG stuff. So they're so epic at this point. I mean, like, epic Mickey. But I mean, it's just like there's such a force now. Like everybody knows Disney. So
and they're starting to make the like plant like with Disney Interactive. They're like saying, "I'm gonna make this game. I'm gonna make this game." So it's just like, hey, we'll see what happens. Like movie studios, Warner Brothers, Interactive did Batman.
Batman.
So like, I mean, they're making good games now.
Yeah,
which
finally, Batman
shitty
Arkham Asylum
game.
was like the first franchisee like brought in from comics and movies thing that was awesome.
Yeah, and it's just like at some point maybe movie tie-ins won't suck anymore.
God, I hope so. Except, where's Tron? We'll talk about that later.
We'll get there.
We'll talk about that later. This one, Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Yeah.
I'm not even I never even played the Kirby games.
Really?
Like, I'm not even a Kirby guy.
Yeah.
This is the shit. I was like, all the game mechanics they were showing off in this were just, my jaw was on my chest.
It's like platforming crack.
Yeah.
You like look at you take out all the ideas with like Echochrome and all this other stuff. It's just like you put it in yarn with fabric with the other layers. It's just like it broke my brain when I saw it.
You imagine that the world that we live on is basically a curtain. And it can be brought together. It can be brought apart. It can be crumpled up and shredded.
You can go underneath it. Different layers.
This is the world that they're presenting in Kirby, and it's one of those things where once you see it, you're like, oh, that's kind of obvious. But I've never seen anyone do anything like this before.
Yeah, I mean, they're taking all of those, play with 2D, play with 3D, play with all these things, and just like putting it together with this amazing art style.
Yeah.
Like, the other Kirby games were sprite drawn, right? Like, there's the rainbow one. I don't know if you play that one on DS. It was pretty good. You draw a rainbow and he walks up. And that kind of stuff, right?
That was all right.
It wasn't super memorable, but it was pretty good. But, like, this one, we'll talk about, like, our best games of show, but this
was one of the ones where it's like, when I saw that's on the level of, like, Paper Mario to me, where it's like they did that when somebody does something that changes the game. And this really did that for me.
I think they're going to do Paper Mario too. I mean, we're not going to cover it, but they did for 3DS, I believe.
Oh, okay, sure. So, I mean, I'll play any of the Mario RPG or the Paper Mario games. Like all those have been phenomenal so far.
Yeah. So this is Wii or DS? I don't remember.
This is Wii.
Wii. Okay. So so I'm really super excited about this art style.
That's the cool thing about being on the Wii is that if you're on a platform you can't get to the next one with the Wiimote, you can grab it and pull it over, and it like crunches the back of the world. So you're kind of like
make a little tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it looks awesome.
Very excited.
So yet again, this is like we're just going through this list. I mean, Nintendo. They just kept dropping game after game. It wasn't like, oh, here's some new fucking, like promise from some studio. Here's some new peripheral, whatever. The like game.
And a lot of these games are coming out this year or early next year.
Early next year. So, next one's Metroid.
Other M. So this is Kojima Productions, I believe. So you got a little bit of Kojima action going on there. I'm kind of a little disappointed because I really like what the Retro guys did with the other Metroid.
Yes.
It was good stuff, right?
Yeah.
So now it seems like they're going a little more combat-y, a little more God of War-y, a little more...
Yeah, that's what they're saying. They keep saying that. They keep saying that like Metroid Other M is like more action-y, more combat-y, whatever, but all the movies that I've seen of the gameplay...
It's like puzzle, right?
Well, but I mean, it looks like Metroid Prime to me. Like so far from everything I've seen, it looks like Metroid Prime. Like everyone's just like, it's a whole new Metroid. I'm like, in what way? In what way? Like I don't. It's like, okay, she's a ball. She's shooting shit. She's got a fucking freeze rockets.
She's scanning something.
Yeah, what's the difference? I don't know. I can't tell.
I think it's all the action, right? I mean, basically, like when you're fighting somebody, it probably does. Did they show a lot of cutscenes where it's like closing up and like you're like flipping the Metroid, squishing it, and bits flying
they show a little bit.
Like so, there was a little bit more. Yeah, Bruckheimer like freaking action, right? A little bit more flair. But I just hope that they don't put 4-hour cutscenes because she talks in this.
Yeah, that's kind of breaking the law. That's like Gordon Freeman talking.
Yeah.
Don't fucking do it.
Yeah, it's like Jessica Simpson playing Samus.
There was this rumor on the net, y'all. There was this rumor that went around briefly that said Uwe Boll was going to direct a Metroid movie with Jessica Simpson as Samus, and I was just like, motherfuckers! Like Google, like so fast my fingers are burning off, and it was like false.
Yeah, thank
Untrue.
God.
No. That would be ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna play this game. I'm totally excited about it. But I hope Retro does some other stuff because I mean, they did a really good job with Metroid Prime.
Yes, hell yeah. So next up is Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Damn.
So this looks like Sonic the way I want to play it. You know what I mean? Like, because I mean, you're like
bananas, like instead of rings.
It's more paced. Like for me, like I was watching this where he was like getting the bananas and climbing stuff and jumping.
Some of the levels aren't though. Some of the levels you're like on something that goes real fast.
Oh really?
Right? Yeah.
We'll see then.
Have you played any of the Donkey Kong Countries?
No, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Was there one on the Wii, or was it the last one on the N64?
They were all on the N64.
Okay.
There was never one on the Wii that I remember. I don't remember. So
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like classic. I played all this the Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo.
Yeah. And they're good?
Well, I mean they're Sonic-y. It's basically the Sonic of Nintendo.
Right. It's just like the running, collecting.
Yeah. So that's why I'm a little.
We'll see. I mean, like the way that they sold it, it looked great. I mean, like the videos looked really fun. It didn't look all spazzy like the way that Sonic is.
Yeah. Was it WiiWare? I think it was WiiWare.
Was it really?
I don't remember. I have to double check.
I couldn't tell. I mean, like. It seems like all of these games, they're just like, we can probably get you to pay $50 for this. You know,
probably will.
So
I think for the most part, and like we're not even like we're almost done with Nintendo. We're not covering a lot of the other games because we have a lot of games. To talk
we
about.
have 1 hour, which seems like a long time until you look at the goddamn list of like 55, 60 games that came out.
It by about a half.
Yeah, we took out stuff where we're just like, man, I want to talk about that. We don't have time. I want to talk about Crysis 2. Don't have time. Like we're just like cut. Knifing around, cut. So next up is Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah, so we already talked a little bit about this, but I want one so freaking bad.
Yeah, they're like hanging their hat on this shit too. Like Nintendo was very clearly kind of saying this isn't what we've done before with the DS, where it's like new DS, fat, XL, DSi. Like they just keep iterating. They're like, this is our new platform because they're changing the resolution finally. They're like doubling or tripling the resolution. So actually, people are saying it looks as good as the PSP.
Really?
Yes.
Well, people that have actually tried the 3D that I've talked to, they say they love it. They said it's amazing. It's like basically like jaw-droppingly good.
Good. I was hoping it would be. I mean, like looking over somebody's shoulder is no substitute for playing with that shit yourself.
I mean, and you gotta admit, like wearing glasses to play 3D games, like and we'll talk about some of the 3D stuff in Sony, but like I'm a little worried. I don't think it's going to be.
And they came out and they made that point where they're like 3D, the way that 3D is going is bullshit. They said that. They're like, you are going to be sitting with your family with like the 2 parents and 3 kids, $200 each for glasses, and like whatever I mean, like you're looking at $1,500 to play a 3D game or watch a 3D movie.
Yeah, and like when you want to go get something to eat, can you like walk around and things? Right. It's just. It seems very inconvenient, but having something here where they have the technology where really it's just like as long as you're kind of fixed. Yeah. When I'm on a plane, when I'm at home,
holding in front of your body.
If it's 3D most of the time, and like I'm sick of 3D, boop.
Yeah, turn it off.
Genius.
Which I thought that was amazing, because what they do is the 3D switch changes the depth of field, where you can make it like super 3D, a little bit 3D, not 3D, so you can kind of. Like it's not like fixed where you're going to be stuck in one format. Yeah, and they're also doing the whole media thing. So all the 3D movies that are coming out that you have to wear glasses to, they're going to be playing. I don't know if I'm going to watch Avatar on your 3DS. Yeah, probably not. But I mean, like I'm just thinking, like, okay, if they finally they say they're going to get online finally, like they tried, but they're actually going to take it seriously. Like if they actually start doing streaming shit, like streaming 3D game trailers, like done. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm absolutely sold. Because I mean, it is a great the DS is a great console. Like it's a really nice handheld. I think you can play DS games on it still. Yeah, I believe. And it'll have all the other stuff. It has thank God they cranked up the resolution. Whereas that was just kind of eating at me. Where I'd play like on the PSP. And then I play a DS game. I'm like, well, this DS game is more fun, but it looks like dog anus. It looks fucking terrible. So I'm glad they're cranking it up. I'm a little more excited about the analog. Oh yeah, the new thumb nubby. One thing that we've always kind of hated was the fact that sometimes analog control, like if you look at Metroid Prime Hunters, a couple other ones, it kind of sucks. It does. So this might fix it, but I'm actually really curious how the 3D photo
taking is going to work.
Yeah, that was interesting. That was really interesting, especially, like, what are you going to do with it? You know, when like, you can show it on other DSs, but I mean, like, are they going to release a 2D one that you can email to your friends?
They have to go online. With this one, they have to say, fuck it, no more friend codes.
Yeah.
We're going to have websites, we're going to have email, we're going to have Facebook, Twitter, blah, 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 right? We have to have everything, so.
Twitter, that's actually a good idea, yeah, where it's like, you know, you're doing your 3D shots.
But wait, how would you watch it, though?
Well, but I mean, like, if you had a Twitter client, you know, where you could actually see...
on the... yeah,
or absolutely. Like send the pictures to your friends, whatever. I mean, like, there's a lot of possibilities with this.
So please do it, Nintendo. Get online, finally.
Did they? And they didn't give a release date, I don't think. I think they
March,
said...
I heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, March 2011.
All right, so that's a long time.
What are you going to play on your DS in the meantime?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Dragon Quest 9.
In a few days.
A few days. So we'll talk about that when it comes out.
Yeah, so Nintendo.
Nintendo fucking dropped a bomb. That was awesome. So thank you. All these games look sweet.
Yes.
So next up is Sony.
So Sony came out. This E3 was the E3 of motion control.
Yep. So their big thing was the Move. Which we've already known about. We've talked about this coming out for a while.
I played a bunch of the games already. I didn't play some of the ones that we're going to be talking about, but so this is Sorcery, right?
Sorcery.
This one's interesting.
Yeah, so this was the one. The whole thing is focused on spell casting. Yep. So you know you're kind of walking around a dungeon, and the whole thing is you're doing the move. And you're using it like a wand, and they had some really neat stuff where it's like you change to like casting an ice spell, and the wand starts to glow blue or red for fire. So I mean, like you're getting this real world feedback on your choice of spells.
Yeah, and like the combat was kind of interesting. I was like looking at it, and I'm like, if for some reason it felt to me like this is this year's Folklore. It's one of those ones where you look at it, you're like, wow, this is really interesting. You can do all this collectible shit and all this, and then you play it, you're like, wow, this isn't very much fun at all.
It could be because
you know what I mean?
In a lot of ways it felt like a tech demo where they're just like, look, you can gesture to make this spell, and you can do this to make this spell. So it's just kind of like a bunch of engineers were just like, well, what can we do with the Move?
So
we've been assigned to do something with the Move. How about spell casting? Sure, you know. So it doesn't feel like it has a lot of polish.
No.
But it could be fun. You never know. Some of the shit they were doing was cool. I mean, like, you know, you do this and you freeze people, and you do this and you make you draw a wall of fire, or you throw a fireball. You know, like, so if they make it feel nice, you'll feel like a fucking spellcaster.
I think so. But like, if it really is just go in one room, killing guys, go in one room, like I want a game, right? I want levels. I want RPG. I want shots. I want
It's got to. Yeah, you're right. There's got to be a game there. There's got to be a game there. So you know, otherwise it's gonna be we're gonna play it for 15 minutes and be like, yeah, it was cool. I threw fireball like 20 times and then
I'm done.
Turned it off.
And I feel like that's gonna happen with a lot of Move stuff until they really figure it out. Because I mean, look at like the DS. It took a couple of years for them to figure it out. So we'll see.
But the next game, I played this hands on the floor. I played Time Crisis. I think they stopped numbering them. It's like whatever, Time Crisis.
It's just Time Crisis.
Time Crisis.
Return of something.
Time Crisis ejaculation. So. They busted this out with there's nothing. There's no nunchuck ripoff. What do we call it? The subchuck. The subchuck. There's no subchuck. There's just the move mote.
Yeah.
And that's it. So it's like you're doing the Wiimote,
like that?
And you push so there's a trigger on the bottom to shoot, and on the top there's a button that brings up your shield. So it's like the equivalent of the ducking in Time Crisis.
It doesn't go to like a place and you're behind cover anymore.
No, you're popping up your shield. Right. And it was awesome.
Really?
Like the move was completely responsive. I could just do all sorts of stuff. You like switch in, like you get a rocket launcher. There's these huge mechs attacking you, and you're the cool thing was this is something they've never done before on a Time Crisis. Was one guy's blue and one guy's red. Yeah. So there's all these enemies on the screen, and the ones that are about to hit the blue guy flash blue. Okay. Because normally what happens is like they'll flash red, like we're going to hit both of you.
Yeah.
So now they're targeting one or the other. So
what
do
you do?
You're going for the dudes to protect yourself first.
Gotcha.
So like you're defending yourself and then helping your buddy out.
Oh, that's interesting.
But this way, it's like, you know, you kind of get more rewarded for your personal skill, where if your buddy's like a slacker, he's just getting fucking tagged because you're shooting the guys that are going for you. Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was cool.
So, like, did you play double co-op?
I did.
Oh, nice.
If you watched the E3 video last week, there was like this, the co-op one. I was playing co-op holding a camera and playing this, and it's like I got like 3 stars and whooped up on this dude next to me. I was just like, ha.
Well, dude, you're a fucking Time Crisis ninja. Man.
I love Time Crisis!
So you played the Time Crisis on the PS3 with a light gun, and this
is better.
Like a lot
this feels
better?
Well, I mean, whatever. It feels the same. I mean, it's a fucking light gun, right?
Okay,
but the graphics are way
accurate.
better. Way
way
better. They've made the boss battles really interesting. So there's like these huge mechs, and you're getting rocket launchers, and you're getting different sniper rifles.
It's like the more advanced Time Crisis where you're getting all the other stuff. What is it? So I saw the attachment. It actually looked pretty good. So there's a gun attachment for it that you stick.
You told me about that. They didn't have it there. Like,
really?
You think if they've got a gun attachment, attach it when you're playing a gun game so we can see.
And it's a piece of plastic, so it's not like there's tech involved. But
they didn't show it off. But I mean,
that's good.
So it just looks like a gun that you stick it in, like
you pull the trigger, and it's
like the Wii one.
Yeah, exactly. But it looks fancier. It looks a little nicer. So because I played the other gun game, the Shoot, I think it's called. And it felt really
like
accurate.
That old shitty one from the arcade.
With different movie.
Like the guys pop up and you're like shooting the gun smoke guys.
Oh no! It was on the Move.
So
there's a Move game called The Shoot.
Yeah.
So you're on these different movie sets and you're shooting people. Oh. It's just it was really accurate. And I thought it was like fun shooting, but like the gameplay was so lame.
Yeah.
It's just like cut. It's like you got a bad thing. I'm just like this is lame. But Time Crisis. That's what
that is totally up my alley. It was funny too because like everybody was coming up and playing through one level and putting it down and walking away, and I wouldn't put the fucking thing down. The guy was like, "Yeah, what do you think about this level?" I'm like, "It was great."
Leave me alone.
Fuck off. Like, I waited 20 minutes to play this game. I'm not giving it up. So it's like I played through like 5 levels, and each time like a different guy was next to me, and each time I whooped their ass.
That's good. I'm glad they're adding more to the Time Crisis series.
No, that sold me on the Move. Like that makes me think that they're going to be able to take a lot of shooting games and make them really fun on the Move.
So are you going to get? The Move. It's like they've announced the price, right? It's $99 for the Move Mote and the game and the camera.
Yes,
and then $29.
The sub-chuck was like $30 extra.
$130 basically. Yeah.
You know I'm gonna buy it.
Of course you are. We'll see. I'll buy it too. So.
Yeah, What game was it that they announced it? I forget. They said it was going to be. It was something I cared about.
Wasn't
that
it the sports
Probably,
one? I don't remember. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll get it. I mean, whatever. I gotta have it. I gotta have it for Time Crisis.
You bought the Time Crisis gun with Time Crisis. Yeah. I don't remember how much it was.
A lot. And I never played with anything else. But I beat the shit out of Time Crisis with it because it was awesome. So next up was Little Big Planet 2.
Yeah, so people that have watched the show for a while, you guys know that we weren't big fans of it.
No, we just didn't care. We didn't think it was a bad game. We just didn't care.
No, the creation part was like the big sell, and we hate creation parts of the game. This game, dude,
I don't understand it. I understand it in principle, but like the way that they're saying that this it sounds like it's the most powerful gaming engine I've ever seen in my entire life.
I think it might be. I mean,
so they're just like, instead of playing through the game, like, you can play through the game, like, but fuck that shit, pussies. How about this? You can make any game you can possibly imagine with our engine. Platformer, shmup, fighting game, like top-down fucking ninja games.
Take like maybe 1989 and all games before that. You should be able to recreate pretty much all those game aspects.
How is that possible? How could you make an engine so powerful that it can take any game mechanics from any type of game? Like, do you think it's just going to be there's like 5 different categories and you have to pick one of them? Or you think you can just build a game?
I mean, you look at Little Big Planet where somebody made a working calculator out of the game, and it's just true. Like you look at that sort of power. It's just like I think they have so many of those primitives, right? It's just like a scorekeeping engine, something that interacts with something else, right? It's just like why not?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff just comes down to the creativity of the people using it. Like, if you give people good enough tools, and there are people on the internet with infinite free time.
Pretty much.
Like, and they are. I mean, like, these guys out there, the guy that made the calculator, it was like this little dinky shit calculator, and you zoom back, and it took him a billion gears, right? Yeah. Like, he built that shit from scratch like it was a microprocessor.
Yeah. I mean, if all you have is gates, you can make a CPU very easily.
You can make it all.
And I think they have a lot more gates now.
Yeah.
So
I am amped to see. No, they don't.
Sorry.
You're not engineers. You're not engineers.
But no, I'm not that excited about playing the single player game because it looks pretty basic.
But I want to see the shit people make.
I know.
Because that looks out of control. Like, it looks like people could make any sort of people could probably make Kegel Cubicle.
We'll see.
We'll see. I mean, like, you make anything with this shit.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta give. I was impressed. My jaw dropped when I saw all the different stuff that you can do with this game.
Yep. So. Next up, Pixeljunk Shooter 2.
Oh yeah.
I loved Pixeljunk Shooter so much. So much.
It was pretty good.
It was awesome. I loved it. You're outvoted. You know what?
No!
My favorite game ever was Pixeljunk Shooter.
You don't even have opposable thumbs.
You're so dumb.
You can't play this game.
I have opposable nipples.
That is scary.
So it looks like more of the same. I mean, like from what I saw the videos, it's just like I would have been perfectly happy to pay another like $20 for a bunch of downloadable levels for Pixeljunk Shooter 2.
Yeah.
Or I mean, like Pixeljunk Shooter 1. Just the game's fine. Like I like the game that you could just plug in an infinite number of levels and I'd pay for them.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with this, it's probably going to be like $15-20.
Yeah. So I'm down. It's more levels. I mean, it's the same game. So
yeah. So I'll play it again. I'll probably only play like a couple of worlds.
You bastard.
See. I mean, it was fun.
It was awesome.
I didn't understand why you liked it. Like, I should have liked the time aspect, all the competition and all that, but you didn't even care about that. You were like, I gotta get through the game.
I did. It was cool, man. The worlds. It was just. I liked all of it.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
The physics. I mean, that's the other thing too. I didn't get to the physics that you really liked.
Yeah, like all the magnets and the weird tar and shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Infamous 2.
Yes.
So we really liked Infamous.
We loved Infamous.
He was all about electricity in this one. Now he's got a little bit of cold.
Yeah, so he's getting extra powers, right? So now you're going to be kind of leveling up these different things, and now you can like freeze dudes. And,
I'm just wondering why they do like a bunch of different ones.
Does he not have other? I mean, don't you think he's going to have like?
All they showed was
cold. There's got to be like fire, right? I mean, if you got ice, you got to have fire. Because there's going to be puzzles with freezing shit and burning shit. So
yeah, I didn't actually end up finishing that game.
No, I didn't either.
I got to the third island, I think, and it just kind of like got a little bit the same kind of stuff. But it was
great.
Game.
I mean, it was really really solid. I think other stuff came up when we were playing it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was really well done. Like the world was nice and dark. The protagonist was not annoying.
Yeah, it had that freaking collectathon aspect. It was like, get over there.
Yes.
Got to turn on the power over here.
Yeah.
Gotta do this.
And they had lots of nice side missions too. So it's like you could go and do the main quest, but then like different shit would pop up. You could run all over the world.
Yeah,
and,
follow somebody. Do other stuff. They didn't really talk too much about besides the powers. All the other stuff you can do in this game.
Right.
So we'll see how it goes. But I mean, it's not Naughty Dog, is it?
No.
Sucker Punch.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's right, I think. Yeah, the Sly Guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sucker Punch.
Naughty Dog's doing nothing but Uncharted from now until the end of time.
Oh, what about?
They did that shitty shooter. Remember that? They did that
one?
crappy PS3 shooter that we didn't like.
Which?
Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh
wait, no, I was thinking of Insomniac, aren't I?
Yeah, you think of Insomniac.
Sorry.
You mean Resistance?
I didn't. Yeah, I hated Resistance.
Yeah, Resistance 2 was okay.
It was alright.
Okay. Infamous 2. I'm excited.
Hell yes!
Hell yeah!
So next up is Twisted Metal.
I'm actually kind of excited about this
game. This is old school. Like Twisted Metal was like back in the day.
Did you play a lot of it?
I played some of it.
That's the thing. I don't have this nostalgia that like people are like Sweet Tooth. I'm like, dude, he's a fucking clown. Like,
I played a lot more Carmageddon than I played Twisted Metal. I was the Carmageddon guy.
Postal.
Carmageddon and Postal. That's right. Yeah. Both like that was my style.
That was Interstate 84.
Oh, I remember that.
That one.
Yeah. So Twisted Metal, people are really big fans of. I mean, it's basically just kind of huge arena, cars running around. You can blow the shit out of people. Yeah,
I played the PS1 a couple of times, and I thought it was great. This one looks fun.
And they took it to a whole new level because now you have flying.
You got helicopters.
Now there's like helicopters. There's all sorts of stuff. You can go in with a helicopter, pick up other people's cars, drop them on people, throw them around.
Did you see some of the game modes?
I did.
So there was was it Nuke? There was something where you had to throw the boss
in a grinder to power up a nuke or whatever. Like, it's fucking crazy. So the whole thing is like capture the flag.
Yeah.
Except the flag is your other guy's boss. And
which I don't know if it's a player or not. I don't think it's a player.
I don't think so. Because otherwise it'd
be boring, right? You'd be like,
it's hard to say. But I mean, it looks cool, right? Yeah. So it's just all these, and it's just over the top. Like they're kind of in this mindset of like it can be as silly and stupid. It's like the Wii game with the cutting people that No More Heroes. It's kind of that for car racing.
Well, I mean, it's David Jaffe who did the original God of War, so I mean, he's got that little sense of craziness back in the day. So I'm pretty stoked about this.
Absolutely. And I like that they brought out the ice cream truck with the clown on stage where he's like banging the sword on the side. That was pretty sweet.
Game companies spend so much money on this one day. Like I saw some of the videos where you're taking of like the Warhammer guy and like all this like how much did
for the Homefront, for Homefront, they'd built an entire fort and they had all these guys with like laser sighted guns pointing them at nerds. Like
what?
It was nuts.
Well, I heard they had like hired all these Asians to like act as North Koreans.
Yes, that's true too. That's true too. And it's funny because they weren't really picky. So like they would have an army going through and be like Asian, Mexican. You're like, wait, what? You're not Korean. They're like, he's not white.
Yeah,
that seems close enough.
Northern Korean.
Yeah, it's like you can see these casting directors. They're like white, black, other. Like, we've been attacked by other. Let's get a lot of them.
It's so sad because it's true.
It's so true.
It's true.
But yeah, so they spent just ungodly amounts of money. They brought in their full-size Tron light cycle. They had hot bitches in no clothing. They had they had lucha libre, like real Mexican wrestlers.
I don't know why Konami's spending so much money on that.
It looks terrible.
That game looks so bad.
It looks so bad.
I can't imagine the lucha libre like fan base is more than like 12 people.
No, I think that the Venn diagram of lucha libre fan base and juggalos is like almost the same thing. It's got to be pretty much the same circle, right?
you have like UFC like over here.
Yeah, they're just like fuck those guys.
Yeah, whatever.
Those guys are like, UFC.
Juggalos. That's awesome.
The fuck? Okay, so
PSN Plus.
This is hilarious.
Fucking A,
So what have
man.
the Sony fanboys been saying for like 4 years about Xbox Live?
It's just like, at least it's free. I
Why
can
would
play
I
multiplayer.
pay
It's just like, this is
to
ridiculous.
play online games?
And then I'm reading all of the comments on this, and people are seeing PSN Plus as the second coming of Christ. All the fanboys are like, this is great. I get free games, except I got to pay $50. Like,
that is hilarious. It is so funny. It's just like that. So before on PSN, you had a store with a bunch of free demos, right?
Yes.
So now
they hold them from you.
Now what they do is they charge you money to get the same shit you were getting for free before, earlier than the motherfuckers that have no money.
Did not pay. Yes. Oh, but dude, that throw in Core, Q-O-R-E,
which nobody watches.
Nobody watched.
Yeah.
They'll throw that in.
Yeah.
$40 or $50.
And that's about it. I mean, like they say that you can
games,
get to early
PSN
betas.
minis and stuff. The thing, what I see the strategy behind this,
money.
Is money. But I mean, they're basically saying like, we can't do the kind of stuff we want to do with our network without an income.
Yeah. So
we're gonna do this, and we're gonna say, yeah, you get all this free stuff, but they're gonna slowly start taking shit away.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, oh, you want this feature? Oh,
right. It's going to start out where you get it early. And then it's going to end up being you don't get it at all, right? Or it'll be like the beta doesn't come out, or like the demo doesn't come out till the game releases, right?
Yeah.
So then they'll just be like, well, we gave it to you for free
if you just
after the game's out. So I think
that's
you're
my
right.
guess.
I think you're right, because what they were hoping was that Home would be Home. What they thought is they were going to launch
pay
Home.
for it?
No, they thought that the micropayments inside Home were going to be their new, right? So it's like you go in and you buy all these games through Home, and you buy your skins, and you buy your furniture, and you buy your fucking clothing.
Can you imagine how much money they're making on Home right now? Like, seriously. Like
that much.
This much.
Much. But they thought that was their alternative. Like, that was what they were pinning their hopes on. Turns out nobody gives a fuck about Home.
Actually, the people that cared about Home this time was to visit the Sony E3 booth.
I heard about that.
Home, yeah.
I heard about that.
So apparently that was pretty awesome because you got to see all the games. But the thing is, like, I think Sony, it's smart for them to do it, and if they get money, guess what? Maybe the online will be better.
Yeah.
So I hope people actually will end up paying for it.
Yeah.
But
I'm not sold yet. I mean, like, when they release a feature that makes me willing to shell out the $50, I don't know.
It's not demos early.
It's not demos early. I mean, like, unless. I mean, it's going to have to be,
like Infamous 2 weeks early.
Yeah.
Yeah, see that.
$50 though? $50, fuck you.
Like, would you be going like what's going to take for you to, like, do that first $50?
That's the thing, because, like, it's hard to think of it as the next year's worth of stuff. You're thinking of it as, like, am I paying $50 for an Infamous 2 demo?
What's the tipping point?
Yeah, you're like, do I get any of that $50 off the price of Infamous 2?
No.
So it's just, we'll see. I mean, right now I'm not sold on it. No. I'm not sold.
If there's a free game that comes with it where
that's good.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what would do it.
Yeah, like for your Time Crisis? Like, yeah, sure. Why not? Done.
Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Give me Time Crisis. Of course, at that point, you're just buying a game, right?
Yeah, exactly. Free.
It's going to be $50 anyway. And then last up is Move.
We talked all about it. It's motion control. I played it. It's like Wii.
Yeah.
But better.
Yep.
Sure. Awesome.
And as of right now, really all they've got going for it is kind of what the Wii had in the beginning.
Which time we did have? What have?
We in the beginning had some gimmicky shit, right? So they'll have like some sports thing, some fucking frisbee, some lightsaber, some whatever. All that stuff just kind of looked like also ran.
Yeah, and the only thing I'm excited about Time Crisis.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that. I'm excited what they do with some of the other, like, there's a couple, like Little Big Planet looks like they're doing some really cool stuff with it.
Yeah.
And sorry to say, but the ping pong game in the sports one is really good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So
that was the one where, because like everything else was like kind of like broad movements. This one like felt like if I go like that. Like, it was one of the things where I could see the subtlety of Move.
Yeah.
All the other ones were Wii, basically.
And there was a couple things that looked kind of interesting for the home for kids that you and I aren't going to give a shit about. Where it's like
I'm not going to hit for a little while. Anyways.
Well, because they would. Oh yeah, right. You've got kids. Motherfucker! I totally forgot.
I'll see what he can do. But
you're gonna. All right, but the point is like they would have the thing where it's a live view of your living room, right? Yes. And there'd be like a little animal, and you're doing shit with the animal, like So they've got.
My kid's not going to play that game. I'm going to keep my kid getting away from that.
I'm going to write this down. My kid will never play this.
I pet.
Liar. You fucking liar. If that kid, your kid will play the shit of all those games.
Hells no. We'll see.
So, yeah, the Move, whatever.
Yeah, Microsoft.
So next up, Microsoft. So
yeah, we'll go pretty quick through these because I wasn't...
Why is that? Microsoft didn't release shit!
There were 3 hardcore games, and it was kind of...
And I care about none of them. Well, I care about Gears of War.
Gears 3 looked better because Gears 2 was good, but something was missing.
Yeah.
Something really was missing. I think they brought it back with this one.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it looks like another Gears of War. I mean, like there was nothing that they showed me that looked like that's new. It was just like bigger bosses. I mean, it looked great. We
really dinged Gears of War 2 for only having 2-player co-op, right?
Yeah.
But now that they have 4-player co-op, now when everybody in the freaking everybody has 4-player co-op, it's just like, that's kind of nice, I guess. It looks really good. I like the new monsters with the Lambent, right? Where they're like totally like going crazy and all that.
It's gonna be fun. I mean, like there's no doubt that Gears of War 3 is gonna come out. You and I are gonna get 2 other people, and we're gonna go through it on co-op, and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And then we'll never play it again.
But it's hard to get like really amped.
Yeah.
Like I'm more excited about Kirby.
Yeah.
Than this
because
game.
the problem with Gears of War is that it's a popcorn movie, right? It's really enjoyable when you're there.
Yeah.
But it's not like somebody would ask you like, "Hey, what was your favorite part of Gears of War 1 or 2?" You're like,
chainsaw people?
Yeah,
that's about it, right?
It's not like a moment. It's not like a character or a world or a level. It's just fun while you're there and you forget it.
I know what game has that, though.
What's that?
Bulletstorm.
Yeah.
Right, we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think Bulletstorm has the stuff that I kind of wish Gears had.
Yeah.
It's just
the moments.
Yeah. So there's a little hard moments. Halo Reach. Halo 3 was fun playing together.
Yeah.
But I can't get excited about this game.
I played the Halo Reach demo.
Yeah.
It was awful.
I didn't like it at all.
It was terrible. I just didn't enjoy it.
It felt like they were trying to go to be more like Call of Duty in a lot of ways. And like I played with the new things where like you do a shield or you have a jetpack, and it's just like this feels tacked on. It's just, I don't know. I'm not a Halo guy.
I've never been a Halo guy. Like I've tried. We played through it co-op. Like it's okay, but it always just to me it still feels like I'm playing an amped up like N64 or something. Like there's just something kind of blocky and boxy about
like sterile.
Yeah,
that's the thing to me about it.
There's nothing there that pulls me in.
Yeah, so Halo Reach, Halo fans are gonna love this game.
Yeah.
You're gonna buy it in millions. But
and you don't care what we say.
No,
you're Halo fans.
Exactly.
And the next up is Fable 3.
So you didn't like Fable 2 that much?
I didn't like Fable 2. I thought that all the magic from Fable 1 was gone. Like I
love Fable 1. Dude.
I did.
You played that game like crazy.
I beat it, and I killed my sister, and I got the most powerful sword in the world, and I went around and I killed everybody in the world and took their houses.
So that's the magic you're talking about this?
Well, but I mean, like, there was something about it where it was just like the exploring the world was magical, and the leveling up was magical, and there was something just so empty and sterile and manufactured about Fable 2 for me.
I think to me it was like they added a little too much of the like rule your town, buy every I don't care about playing SimCity in an RPG.
That's what it is.
That's what killed me.
Yeah.
You know how excited about it, how addicted I got to doing the blacksmithing?
Yeah.
That's broken. I mean, like, I did it because I got money, but, like, I was doing it, but it wasn't fun. But it was forcing me to do that, and I'm like, what's going on? I don't...
It's like you're smoking a cigarette. You're like, I know that this is bad, but I just keep doing it.
And when I stopped playing the game, like, I was like, no, I don't want to play it
go back to that anymore.
But no, it's just like...
How much did you play Fable 2?
I played like 8 hours, 10 hours. I mean,
I
played a lot. This one... I'll still play it because I mean it's Fable.
I'll give it a shot. I'll try it out. I mean, like I trust that they're trying something new every time.
Yeah.
So I will try it. But I was so amped for Fable 2 because of Fable 1, and then the same way with like Fable 2 for Fable 3. I'm just like,
hey, maybe they'll switch around. Who knows?
It's got to be better.
But to me, like from all the stuff I've been seeing, it's just like, no, we're just going to take all the stuff you loved about Fable 2 and make it more. Which is like, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
And then the last one up was Dance Central. Oh, no, sorry.
We have a few more. So, there's going to be a few Kinect stuff. Honestly, like, we'll talk about Kinect, but honestly, Kinect was not for us. Right? There's only a couple of Kinect games, I think, that stood out. We're not going to talk about everything.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, so Kinect, a lot of Kinect was the kid market.
Yes.
And the ones that weren't the kid market.
There was a different market that's also not us, but it's kind of...
I wouldn't think that it's us.
Why are you excited about this game?
It looks awesome.
I know.
So Dance Central...
It's a fucking dancing game.
It is, but the weirdest thing about it is there's all these videos on the net of like these guys our age, like dorks our age, and they're like, yeah, Kinect, I can't dance for shit. I'm a blah, blah, blah. Shit, and they get in front of it, and it's just like, it goes real slow. It's like, here's how you do this move, and then you do it, and then here's how you do this other move, and then you start stringing them together, and suddenly some dipshit that can't dance to save his life is kind of busting out some moves.
Yeah. And, like, there's these, like, apparently they put this other stuff, like, I just heard it secondhand because I didn't see the videos, but, like, there's freestyle sections.
Nice.
Yeah, did you see this?
Judge that?
No, they don't. They record you doing it. So all of a sudden it's like freestyle, and then, like, you know, how you had to learn all the moves, you're like, and you just start, like, spazzing out.
Yeah.
They record a video of you doing it.
And then do what with that video? Oh, no! No! So it's just like everybody in the room is just like, hold on, let's watch the video of Tobin being really embarrassing.
Genius.
That is genius.
So, like, I mean, Harmonix knows how to make good games, and they took this dancing game, they took Kinect, they're just like, I saw a bunch of people playing this at E3, and they all had a huge smile on their face. Like, these guys were out there, they were dancing, and it was just like, they picked it up really fast because it goes from, like, beginner to easy to medium. You're not doing, like,
and you just add another move,
right?
add another move, add another move, and then it's just like, it says it, and it shows them doing it, and you do it, you know.
And they actually judge you, too, because, like, you can actually see the different movements.
And they've got really good songs, like really,
it seems like it's girl pop stuff.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. Like, what are you gonna dance to, right? I'm not gonna be dancing to Tool. I'm not gonna be like, it's, you know, like you're gonna dance to, like, you know.
They're gonna have like some some old stuff at least, right? Like Michael Jackson,
sure
and some other stuff. So we'll see.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm genuinely excited to try Dance Central. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It makes me sad that the Kinect games that we're listing here, because, like, they're not our target market. But then after watching the videos,
I won't play them.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
I'm totally playing, and the same with Your Shape Fitness. I'm going to play the shit out of this because Your Shape Fitness looks like everything that Wii Fit was supposed to be and wasn't.
I know.
We were so excited for Wii Fit, and then we actually finally tried Wii Fit, and it was like, you do like one exercise, you have to pick up the Wii Remote, you have to re-choose something.
It's a pain in the ass.
There was no picking out a fitness regimen, there was no any of this stuff, and this is a personalized, fully interactive, judged workout scenario.
Yeah, and it's the big thing for me is the movement, right? It's just like, I always do my stretches incorrectly. I'm sure I'm probably doing my weights and all this stuff, but the fact that I can now see my joints, like, doing the right thing, I see the little blur and all this, I'm like, wow, like, if I pay $100 per month for a personal trainer, this is actually going to probably do me some good. I feel like.
I know. And it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you're not like picking up and putting down a controller. You're not doing all this shit. It's like you are there in front of the screen. You're probably going to have some stretch bands or some other shit.
Some weights, hopefully.
Some weights, whatever. But I mean, it's like they're just going to work your ass out. It's cool. I'll try it.
It's weird because, like, when I saw Kinect and I saw, like, Move and all this stuff, like, I did not expect this is the kind of thing that would interest me at all.
I thought it'd be like games that we'd care about. And you look at this, you're like, these aren't games.
No, the games that they're showing is just like, this is for kids, this is for families, and it's just like...
And it's like, more power to them. I'm sure that kids and families are going to love them. That's not us. That's not our
and it's
thing.
probably not a lot of NooBToobers either. Because, I mean, I've been reading on the forums and stuff like that. People are like, Move, Kinect, right? Like,
where was this one? Did we drop that off the list with the
which one?
With the move where they were the res one? Is that on there?
Oh, yeah, no, I put it in the other section, because it's a multi-platform.
Okay, but I mean, is it?
Yeah.
How's it multi-platform?
So you can play with the controller on the other platform. So let's talk about it. Children of Eden.
Children of Eden is by the guy that did Rez. Rez is the shit.
It's awesome. If you
No
haven't
doubt
tried it
about
yet,
it.
grab it now.
Yeah. So it's going to be kind of like a weird attacky.
Rez.
It's fucking Rez.
I know.
It's
pretty
another
much.
like, so basically looks like you're tripping balls, playing crazy music, weird shit showing up on the screen like a big trippy screensaver.
And I'm just doing this.
Yeah.
And, like, for something about it, it's just like, this seems really interesting to me.
Yeah, and you're like tapping stuff and moving stuff and swishing stuff. Like
Minority Report, dude.
Yeah, it does look like a Minority Report. So, but I mean, like, theoretically this is going to work with a controller, but why? If you could do this, that's how I'm going to play that shit.
Move, you might be able to.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, like, because moving a crosshairs around with your thumb is a lot less fun than just.
That's what
tagging.
Rez was, though. Oh yeah, but you're right. It's totally
like,
a lot
when
less
you
fun.
compare it. When you compare the two, that'd be so. Children of Eden, was it?
Child of Eden or Children of Eden, something like that.
So that looks awesome.
Yeah.
So that was Microsoft.
Yeah. Well, Metal Gear Rising looked pretty good.
Oh, right? Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's just like the thing is, to me, it's just like, okay, I know Kojima's doing it because they probably got paid a lot of money or something.
Yeah.
But it's just like.
So what is it? What is Metal Gear Rising?
It's following Raiden, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And he cuts shit.
Yeah.
So it's all about it was Denzatsu or something like that.
Denzatsu.
That's the concept of the game is cut and take.
Right. It's so fucking Japanese, I can't stand it.
I was listening to it, I'm like, dude, nobody is going to get that.
No.
Nobody.
It's just,
but it's
God.
pretty hilarious, because basically, you're doing something, all of a sudden you have this angle, like, cut, cut. So, but it feels like a one-trick pony to me.
It really feels like one-trick pony.
I really hope they do more with it.
Yeah.
I suppose cutting watermelon and stuff.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I don't know. From the demo that they showed, it was like seriously 10 seconds of gameplay. It was like, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah.
Ha. I'll try it when it comes out, but I didn't get excited, I'll tell you that.
No, and that was Microsoft, man. It's just like,
wow. So, I mean, there's a lot of multi-platform games coming out that we'll probably end up playing on the Xbox 360,
sure.
but in terms of console exclusives...
They are targeting somebody else.
Yeah,
the
Kinect is their move. That is their market play.
Yeah, but at least Sony is doing like stuff like Time Crisis with Move. They're doing stuff like SOCOM. So like they're not. They're like, we market on it. So this is who we're getting.
And you can tell what they're hoping for, right? Because I mean, like for a long time, Nintendo didn't need to make good games because they had this new interactive thing, and Microsoft's gonna, they're pushing themselves as a media platform, an interactive platform. Like they want to be your TiVo and your movie station and your music and your this and your pictures and everything in this big. And you interact with it just by waving and talking, and that's what they want to be. They want to own your living room, and maybe they will.
Yeah, but we're gamers, so
that is not what this show is about.
Show us the games.
That is not what this show is about. So, so those are the big three, and then now we have all the other.
Oh god, there's a ton of games,
indies and multi-platform.
Yeah. So the first one I really want to talk about this because I think this is like Kirby was really good, but like this one actually interests me the most. Like second most.
Rock Band 3, huh?
Rock Band 3, dude.
So it's getting your blood pumping?
And it's all because of Pro Mode. That's the only thing that's doing it for me. The Pro Mode.
Oh, I thought the keyboard thing? What's Pro Mode?
Okay, so you're on the keyboard. You got a keyboard. You play the songs, right?
Yeah.
So for the guitar, the drums, and the keyboard, there's a thing called Pro Mode, which you're basically playing exactly like the song. So the guitar that they sell has 6 strings, so 6 buttons on every fret.
Oh.
On the keyboard, you're playing every key that is actually being played in the actual song. On the drums, you have the cymbals, which are actually different tracks in the game, which model exactly the real song.
Okay, you just blew my mind. I didn't hear about that part.
It is teaching you how to play a real instrument.
Yeah.
They fucking flip switch.
You can play the game, and then you could walk away and theoretically pick up a guitar.
Theoretically. The ramp-up would be much, much less.
Yeah.
Right? I mean... And not only that, in Pro Mode, they have different difficulties.
Yeah.
So they'll actually start you off really basic.
I'm so amped right now. Like what you're like, because I seriously have been wanting to play guitar for a long time.
Yeah, you haven't heard the best of it yet.
Go.
Okay. So
what else you got?
Okay. So these instruments you can buy. You're gonna be $100-something, all right? They're gonna sell MIDI adapters.
Okay.
So you can get real MIDI keyboards, real MIDI. There's a few MIDI guitars, real MIDI drum kits like the Ion. Plug them into the MIDI adapter.
Hold on. There's a MIDI drum kit, like a real set of drums.
That's what the Ion is. The Ion is. It's just a normal drum set. But it turns to MIDI,
so
right?
It's not like a drum. It's like the electric stuff that's sending.
Yeah, but I mean, they're pro versions of them, like thousands of dollars worth. I'm saying, like, it's MIDI, so it's a standard interface that you can now spend a little more money and get it. Like, I can buy a real electric. I believe there's real electric guitars that do MIDI. I think.
Right? Like with strings. What the fuck would it send over the MIDI channel with that? All right.
I don't know, but this is. Right?
All right, yeah, you blew my mind.
That is why.
You blew my mind.
I don't if they didn't have that, whatever, right?
So basically, you and I can go and start. We can play the crap out of this, and then go start a shitty cover band and go play at real bars.
And get kind of close.
Yeah.
If we do, so basically, they say if you do expert on any of the instruments,
you're basically playing the song.
You're basically playing the songs.
That's awesome!
Yeah!
That is actually really, really cool. So it's like, because the thing is all the douchebags in the world are just like, why would you play a plastic guitar instead of learning to play real guitar? Like, hey, guess what? We're going to teach them how to play real guitar. Eat a dick.
Yep.
That is basically what they're saying, which is awesome, because then all these people are just going to have to eat their words.
Yeah, pretty much. And did you hear...
Teaching a valuable life skill. Bitches love the guitar playing.
They do. Like, absolutely.
I know they do.
Like, I was a bassist in high school. Yeah, this is pretty nice.
Now you got a kid.
Now I got a kid. Look what happens.
You had sex at least once.
At least once. From the bass. Even. Did you go by the harmonics booth? I heard stories.
I walked by it.
So apparently, they were showing off Rock Band 3 and all that. So harmonics employees were playing.
Yeah.
They were drunk off their asses, and they were dropping the fuck all the time, like over the microphone, saying like, "Yeah, fuck Guitar Hero, you look what we fucking did with this promo."
That's awesome.
And they were just talking so much shit.
Yeah,
the panel was hilarious.
That's great. I mean, because the thing is like I kind of skipped that because I hadn't heard about how awesome it was. So I was looking at all the kind of like Kinect stuff. I was looking at this. There's like some weird ones where like they're trying to sell like rap Guitar Hero now.
Oh, Def Jam Rapstar. Yeah, it was.
And it was so funny because seriously, it was just like Wigger-a-thon.
Yep.
So it was just all these white guys with just like
thugging it out.
Oh God, I'm rolling down Rodeo with a shotgun. It's just like all these guys like their pants are all dropped. Just like, dude, stop.
Are you gonna play it?
I probably won't.
Yeah, no. I thought you liked a lot of. Yeah, come on.
I'll probably play it.
We'll have video to prove it.
Yeah, I'll play it.
So Rockman 3, dude. Oh!
Yeah, I honestly did not know how awesome it was. Now I'm excited.
It's going to be expensive, though.
I don't care.
Over $100 for a controller?
To learn to play guitar? Come on, that's cool.
So you would pick guitar over keyboard over drums?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Because then I'm gonna play like "Dust in the Wind" by a campfire and cry. All the girls be like, "Oh, you're so sensitive."
Super sensitive. Well, if you want the girls to cry, you got to do like fucking Justin Bieber.
I will never. I will never do Twilight music. God damn it! I can't glitter and gleam.
Oh, God, that's the other thing that pissed me off about the conference. Like all the targeted music to the market. Yeah, that was
not us.
Not us.
So. Moment of silence, please. So I was walking on the floor, and I turn over and I see 4 boxes playing Yakuza 4.
In English?
I ran over, in English.
Oh fuck!
I ran over and I grabbed somebody by their hair and like punched them in the face and then threw them out of the way. And it was funny too because the guy that was doing the demo was this guy that was obviously a native Japanese speaker. And I was talking to him, and he was just like, "Are you familiar with the Yakuza series?" I was like, "Motherfucker!" I was like, Yakuza's the best game ever, and like it was like a switch. Like he was just like, "Fuck yeah!" He's trying to say "fuck yeah." He basically was cursing. I mean, like he was talking shit because he basically said we were offered any game we wanted, and he's like, "I begged and pleaded to be given Yakuza just so I could play the demo." Like, because he's been so amped because he lives in the U.S. So
okay, gotcha. So he probably did say "fuck yeah" then.
Yeah.
Because you say native speaker, I'm like,
well, I mean, like he had an accent and stuff.
Yeah,
He obviously moved here. He lived in the U.S. But the point is like Yakuza 4. So he was just as excited as me. So he and I were just standing there, and you could tell that he was so amped to find somebody that was excited about it. He's like, dude, wait till you beat this guy. And he's like, yeah. So because you have 4 playable characters in Yakuza 4 now, it's not just the main character
anymore. So they still
anymore.
brought the guy back, and okay, cool.
So you can still play your main guy, but then there's
he didn't die.
There's like a big guy. There's like a big muscular guy that can do things where it's like a lot of times you try and throw the big guys in the game and they push you off. Yeah. Now you can pick up the big guys. You can pick up things in the environment you couldn't normally pick up. So you're like hitting people with barrels and shit.
Are there different stories then for each person?
Apparently there's 4 intertwined stories.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Dude, that's hardcore.
I know. So the whole thing looked great. There was like all these extra special moves, like finishing moves. Like there was all these great things. Like you're throwing people off the tops of buildings. You're doing all these like finishing moves with swords. It got even more bloody. We're like stomping on people's faces, like teeth flying.
Did you show anything besides the combat, like all the mini games?
It was all combat.
Oh, it was all combat.
They only showed
combat. Like I want to see like
was,
fucking Parcheesi.
I know.
Like Chinese checkers.
But
craps.
The guy was telling me, he was like, we heard everybody's complaints about us, what we took out of the third one. He's like, the fourth one, you're gonna get to go to the hostess bars.
Oh, nice.
You're gonna like they said we're taking out nothing because you all whine so much.
Oh yeah, like I want to play mahjong. I don't know how to play.
Yeah,
but I want to play because I went mahjong. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I went in. I can finally learn how to play. And then like, nothing works.
Not playable. Yeah. So it basically looks like Yakuza 3 on crack. Yakuza 3 was already on crack for me.
What's the date?
I don't think they said actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, at least they're working on it.
I may have fainted when I was playing.
You didn't find out the date.
It actually may have said on the video, like the E3 video, I think that it may have said like coming. It might have said 2011.
2011. Yeah, probably. Sure. That's my guess.
Because the thing is, they only translated the English to the demo, so I think that the guy actually told me that. He's like, they worked overtime to translate the English to the demo, but the rest of the game is unfinished, right? So they're still.
Well, I thought 4 came out already.
Unfinished in English.
Oh, gotcha.
So they probably got all these people.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Because it's a chatty game. I'm not going to lie to you. This game is chatty, chat, and I love it.
It's a good game. Like you do. Yakuza 3 sold
Best
me.
Best goddamn game ever!
Yakuza 3 sold me.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad you love Yakuza 3.
It's a good game, dude.
It is good!
First one, though?
Shut
up. Dead Rising 2!
Dead Rising 2.
Yeah, so I think I'm pretty excited about this game because of all of the awesome shit you can do with the weapons.
Yes.
So did you see some of the crazy stuff you can do?
I've seen a little bit. Like, what do you got?
Well, there's obviously chainsaws and stick, which I think they took from us. The paddle saw.
They totally stole that from NooBTooB.
Because we know there's watchers in there, Capcom guys.
Dude, there's people from every game company taking notes on all of our episodes.
Of course.
Like, how could we have made this game better? just all the ideas that we come up with are going to be integrated in the next.
It's game gold.
Yeah.
Box of wine and Fable.
That's right. Box of wine and Fable.
But yeah, no, like they have a thing where I guess you get a teddy bear and you add some sort of gun to it. It turns into a sentry.
That's cool.
Yeah.
This is like a teddy bear.
Exactly. So there's a lot of different combos you can do. I'm actually a little disappointed they took away the camera.
Oh, okay. Like
because you're a totally different guy. You're a motorcycle guy, not a reporter. So they, all the thing about
finding the weird shots. With,
the shot there's erotic, right?
Yeah.
Because you get a little bit of bra or something like that. So I kind of like that part because it's I would be getting killed, but I really really want to take a shot of me getting killed.
I remember that. I would do that too. Where I'd bust out the camera, somebody's running at me. I'm like, oh, I want to get their full face in the shot. And it's click, whack.
Yeah, you would die.
Shit.
And they fixed some of the save stuff, which I think you'll like.
Thank God.
So now there's more than one save slot.
Thank fucking God. I'm not walking 20 minutes through the mall to get this. It's like going to a real mall where there's one bathroom.
Oh, they might still do that. I'm saying there's more than. Remember, there's only one save slot, so you had to keep on over.
Oh yeah, I remember
that was a pain in the ass, right? Yeah, but I don't know how the other save works.
There better be more save spots.
But yeah, so it's really exciting. Zombies and dude, apparently they're selling a different Dead Rising game. I think on Xbox Live.
Yeah.
And you can carry over the.
Is it
it's not a demo. Up? It's something you buy.
Yeah.
Called Day Zero, Dead Rising 2 Day Zero.
But then something can carry over.
Yeah.
It's like a prequel kind of.
Through PSN, Xbox Live Arcade. So I've never seen anything like that before.
No, I'm excited to see what that's like.
So I'll check it out.
Yeah.
And the demo comes out soon.
So next up is Dead Space 2. The videos for this looked off the hizzy.
Dude.
It starts right when the last one ends. So it's the last one ends. Spoiler alert, you beat something really big.
Yes.
And then it's just it looks like it's right after that happens, it's oh, guess what? Something big's not fucking dead. Shock. So,
surprise.
So the whole demo that they showed you is he's just being dragged head over feet through the thing. It just looks
these
gorgeous.
Crazy baby things. I think some of the Dante's Inferno guys must have gotten shifted over at some point.
Hopefully the good Dante's Inferno guys. Yeah.
But yeah, no, Dead Rising. We actually got to go a little quick through.
Yeah, so we just ran out of time. So let's pick a couple that are fucking awesome.
Portal 2.
Portal 2, so there's actually some gameplay out there right now. So in E3 they didn't show very much, but if you guys go and look for Portal 2, there's this thing where this little bot falls off the ceiling and he talks to you. And he's it's hilarious!
Awesome. Oh, yeah.
So, Portal 2, I could not be more excited for this game if I tried.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, I was surprised at how excited I was about the multiplayer.
Me too.
Because it's unique. You don't see these kinds of multiplayer games where you have somebody, but then somebody else has somebody else. They basically took the game of Assassin that you play at conventions and shit and made it into a game.
So people could be killing your targets. You guys, you guys are actually teaming up. So what they did is they took Assassin's Creed 2 and added a whole new single player game because they love that world and they really wanted to do more in Rome. Yep. And then they added this whole multiplayer element on top of it that I'm really amped for.
Yeah, and I would be worried about DLC. Why don't you just do that? I'm willing to pay $60 for it if the multiplayer is really good.
Yeah,
definitely.
And I want to mention, I have never in my entire life been excited about a skateboarding game. Shaun White skateboarding looks amazing. It looks like Jet Set Radio.
Yeah.
He is building this entire world. The whole world is malleable. As you skate on it, you're creating new ramps, and you're reforming the entire world to get points.
Yep.
It looks brilliant.
It looks like a skateboarding game to me, but I can totally see the Jet Set Radio. I think it's
just enough.
Just enough
like Jet Set Radio that it changes from a skateboarding game to me to a world exploration game.
Yeah, so I'm hoping maybe you'll see some of that world exploration, then you'll start also getting into the tricks part because the tricks are going to play.
I don't want to do any of that shit.
You don't want to do scores.
I don't want to do any of that shit.
I want to get point A, point B. I don't care about how many points I get.
I'm hoping that for some reason you have to pick up a spray can and explore the world tagging walls with a really good soundtrack. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I know in the description of the game it's just it's like they took Jet Set Radio and Tommy's eyes are boo.
That's what it looks like. Yeah, it looks like Jet Set Radio. So we'll see.
Just a couple of games. Rage.
Yes.
Holy shit, this game looks amazing on a console.
It looks like Borderlands times 1,000. It's way prettier, but it's the same idea. It's kind of post-apocalyptic, crazy world, super shooty, whatever.
Yeah,
my whole kitchen is falling apart.
I know, what is going on? But yeah, no, it looks really... So it's basically Doom... the 8 guys finally making a new IP, which they haven't done in years. Taking Borderlands, basically, and making it look really amazing.
Yeah. So I want to mention. So the last thing we should mention is there's two really big disappointments of E3.
Yeah.
Number one, Brink.
What happened?
It looks like they may have lost the source code to what they showed us at PAX.
I think they went from the Rage engine, which we know looks really good,
Yeah.
to some open source one or something like that.
We saw it looking good. We saw they played it at PAX, and it was like this incredibly high resolution, like just breathtakingly beautiful, intricate mission-based game.
I know.
And it turned into this kind of like cell-shady, spazzy run-around shooter.
Yeah, I mean, some of the gameplay elements still looked pretty good, but it just looked like a Wii game.
It's not the same game.
I don't know what happened.
They lost the fucking game. I don't know what they did.
So let's hope. I mean, it's still 2011. So remember how they said it was going to be like spring of this year?
Yeah, rewrite it again. Do it better.
Yeah, just try again.
Because you fucked it. And then the second one they fucked up was Tron Evolution.
It's a movie title.
Yeah, but I mean, people are like pretty amped because they're like, oh, there's light cycles, oh, there's the fucking energy discs, oh, there's whatever.
Like, what does it play like?
Awful. So I got to play the light cycles, and it's just kind of like this really slushy mess where the light cycles are only leaving lights behind them when you're on the grid, so you're like driving over dirt. And it's not leaving the thing behind it.
What?
Yes!
What?
It's ridiculous. It defeats the whole point
That's
of a light
canon?
cycle. No! So then, like, you're like in this big arena, and then like only parts of it have the grids. So you're like leaving the trail, and you drive
bullshit.
off. It was terrible.
And
then there's this other thing where you go and it's like combat, but instead of like a kind of cool arena-based combat, you're like running around the world of Mass Effect, and instead of a gun, you're just throwing your discs. You're like wang, 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 jump up, wang. Like so that's it. It's just like over and over again, just kind of throwing your disc at people, and it's just all like shitty and low budget.
I heard it's like feels like Prince of Persia, but really lame.
I don't even
like
know.
It's like some weird because you're walking along walls and other.
I didn't see that part. I just saw that. I just saw like crappy combat and crappy light cycles. Like, oh god, it looked like the worst game ever.
Yeah. So So before we finish, like, what's your top game? Top two games. Come on, dude. You gotta.
That's a mean thing. What's your top two games?
Okay, let's do top three. Just make it easy. I hate to say it, but Kirby's Epic Yarn is my most exciting game.
I'm with you on that.
Then Rock Band 3.
Yeah.
Then it's hard, dude. Like Dead Space.
I know.
Assassin's Creed, Portal 2. Definitely. Yeah, Portal 2.
Okay. Yeah. So for me, I'm really excited about Legend of Zelda. Like super excited about Legend of Zelda because I really like Legend of Zelda. Yakuza 4.
Yep.
Come on. And then gosh, I don't know what the last one is.
It's tough. It's tough.
I don't know. I might have to go Kirby. Like I might have to say Kirby because I mean that of all the games that they showed, that was the one that it tickled that part of me where I'm like
it hit your brain, right? Like once you hear this, you hear these tingles and you get goosebumps.
Yep.
Like I'm getting them right now.
Yeah.
Like you think about it, you're like, okay, this game is directly made for us.
And Nintendo did that with all their games this year where I was just like, because there's like, yeah, you've got these great graphics, yeah, you've got these interactive things, yeah, you've got whatever. It's like we decided to get our game developers who are bar none the best on the planet and just make a bunch of good games.
Yes.
So go Nintendo.
So Nintendo won E3 easily this year, and there's some amazing games that are coming out. A lot of them 2011, which kind of bothers me.
It kind of sucks, but the long and short of it is the next year is going to be an awesome year to be a gamer.
I know, dude. When are we
as always,
dude. Like actually, like in August timeframe, we got to do our most anticipated of the rest of the year.
Of the second half of the year.
So keep track because a lot of these games are 2011, but we're talking about the 2010 games.
So that's it, man. We ran over. That is our show for the week. Next week we'll actually be reviewing real games again. I'm not sure which ones. We got to figure it out.
Maybe Alan Wake. Because
Alan Wake was
like
6 months ago. So we'll see. Definitely Singularity. There's some other shit coming out.
There's a bunch of. We got to catch up, and then we'll start trickling.
We'll figure it out. Yes. So thanks for watching. Check out our website at NooBTooB.com and participate in the forums by clicking the community tab at the top of the front page.
Yes, if you're watching a video on YouTube, be sure to click on the subscription button right over there, and click on the video with a like button right down over
here.
There.
Click it.
That's all for this episode. I am Yuzo Watanabe.
And I am Tobin Kozire.
And that
is Yoko. Audio engineering for NooBTooB is done by Range Road Trip Strunk. Thanks for listening. We'll see y'all next week. We're out!
We're out, bitches!
Audio check, hello, recording, yeah. Yoko's in place.
It looks so stupid.
Yeah, we'll have to refer to it occasionally. What do you think?
Yeah. You're outvoted. 2-1.
Whatever.